My name is Wiener. I was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma in my left breast in January of 2016. At my regular mammogram in May 2015, the doctor saw calcifications in my left breast that she described as probably being no big deal, and to wait 6 months and check them again, and we'll see where to go from there. I didn't have any panic or concern, waited 6 months, went back, had a follow-up mammogram, at which time they saw a few more calcifications and decided to do a biopsy. Again, reassuring me that nothing to worry about, probably nothing. 3 days after the biopsy, I received the news that it was indeed ductal carcinoma. I did not know the complete details until after the mastectomy of my left breast, at which time of the 11 sentinel nodes that were removed, 2 came back positive. At that time, I felt reassured that I made the right decision of the mastectomy, since there was some involvement in the lymph nodes. Because of the lymph involvement and the fact that I was HER2 positive and ER/PR positive, I had 4 rounds of one type of chemo and 12 rounds of another. The toughest parts of my treatments were the first times. Leading up to things, the time I had to think about it, there was some worry, but I was often reassured by friends, family, and doctors. The moments before my mastectomy is when suddenly the nervousness and the panic occurred. The moment that I was walking in for my first chemotherapy appointment is when I started having a hard time and becoming concerned and worried. When I had to switch from the first type of chemo to the second, I had a resurgence of that worry and concern. It subsided always after the first time was over. Once I knew what I was to expect, I walked in confident and strong. I just needed to know what to expect, and you can't really get that without going through it. The other toughest part was as I was nearing the end of my chemotherapy. I'd been going through it for so long. I knew what to expect. It was wearing me down, but it was wearing me down mentally in a way that I couldn't explain, and I was frustrated, and I became depressed, and I had someone explain that it was because I was used to it, and it was becoming sort of standard and daily activity, that it was just taking its toll on me, and I was finally allowing it all to catch up to me. The first parts were so ready to get it started and get going that finally, once it is going, it's just taking its toll. The best way to get strength, build strength through it all, was family and friends support from the people I love. And luckily, I have a lot of people that stood by me, sat with me, sent me a funny thing to get my mind off of things, and could try as much as you can't explain to someone what they're going to go through. I had some really good friends who have paved the road ahead for me on this journey, and were able to really give me the benefit of their knowledge and their insight on the whole experience to help me through it. There are so many people that I have gained strength and courage from through this, but first and foremost is a former honoree, Terry Trotter. She sat with me at my first chemo appointment, introduced me to everyone at the West Clinic with a smile on her face when she had to come back the next day for her own treatment. She was a model of strength, courage, humility, and true friendship. She really was the model of grace and courage for me the whole way through, and continues to be. 8 months later, I was fortunate to meet a large group of women on a photo shoot of warrior women, and I continue to look at them as inspiration and of courage and strength. And I know I will look towards them for inspiration going forward for the rest of my life.